Have you ever felt that a relationship in your life is eroding your peace, confidence, or sense of self-worth? Some connections, even with close friends or family, can become draining or toxic over time. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Learning when to create distance isn't selfish. It's a vital step toward protecting your mental and emotional health. In today's discussion, we'll explore 9 signs. It's time to cut ties with someone, along with tools to navigate these situations without guilt or hesitation. Stick around until the end. I'll share a subtle but common red flag that many overlook, and how you can free yourself from its grip forever. 1. Avoid people who don't reciprocate financially. Have you ever known someone who seems to enjoy life, traveling, indulging in hobbies, and treating themselves, but when it's time to spend money on shared activities or take responsibility, they claim they can't afford it? This behavior isn't about financial struggle, but about calculated choices that undervalued your presence. I once had a friend who would always decline group trips or meals, citing financial difficulties. Yet, I'd often see him spending on personal luxuries or buying expensive gifts for others. The breaking point came when he skipped a trip we had planned for months, only to spend the same amount on a weekend getaway with new acquaintances. I realized his excuses weren't about money. They were about how little he valued our friendship. In any relationship, mutual sharing and effort are key. If you feel like you're always the one giving while the other person takes without reciprocating, it's a sign of imbalance. Good relationships are built on fairness, respect, and care. 2. Avoid people who frequently argue or force you to pick sides. Some individuals thrive on conflict, turning minor disagreements into battles. They may even drag others into their arguments, creating unnecessary tension. A former friend of mine seemed confident, but had an explosive temper. During a group gathering, a minor difference of opinion about weekend plans escalated into a heated debate. He insisted I back him up, putting me in an awkward position. That was when I realized that maintaining a relationship with someone who constantly stirs up drama wasn't worth my peace. Constant arguing reflects insecurity and a lack of emotional control. Healthy relationships prioritize calmness, respect, and understanding over endless debates. If someone consistently drains your energy by creating conflict, it's time to reflect on whether their presence is helping or harming you. 3. Avoid people who minimize your struggles. One of the most painful experiences is opening up about your challenges, only to have them dismissed or overshadowed by someone else's problems. Relationships can only thrive when both parties listen, empathize, and respect one another's emotions. I remember sharing with a friend how difficult it was to balance work and caring for my aging parents. Instead of offering empathy, he brushed aside my struggles and immediately launched into a rant about his stressful workday. It was clear he didn't value my perspective or emotions. That moment taught me that mutual respect is essential for any meaningful relationship. Respect doesn't require grand gestures. It's in the simple things like truly listening, expressing gratitude, and apologizing when necessary. If someone consistently overlooks your feelings or finds joy in your struggles, it's time to reconsider their place in your life. 4. Avoid people who impose their beliefs. Diversity in values, perspectives, and beliefs is what makes relationships interesting and fulfilling. However, some people try to force their ideologies, whether religious, political, or personal, onto others. I had a friend who constantly tried to convince me that his way of life was the only correct one. Every conversation turned into a debate about how I needed to change my beliefs. While I initially engaged, I soon realized that these arguments drained me emotionally and created a rift between us. Wise people know that the goal of a relationship isn't to win debates, but to build understanding. A strong connection allows both individuals to be themselves without judgment or coercion. If someone refuses to respect your boundaries and individuality, it's okay to step away. 5. Avoid relationships that feel forced. Over time, people grow and change. It's natural for some relationships to feel out of sync as life takes us in different directions. Recognizing when to let go of a connection that no longer fits can be one of the healthiest decisions you make. A colleague once shared a story about his childhood friend. They had shared countless memories growing up, but as adults, their lives took very different paths. Whenever they reconnected, their conversations felt strained and distant, filled with polite questions rather than genuine connection. He eventually chose to let the friendship fade, not out of anger, but out of respect for the people they had both become. Cherish the memories, but know that letting go can honor the changes in both your lives. A forced connection can drain both parties. 6. Avoid people who constantly complain. It's natural to share frustrations during tough times, but someone who endlessly complains without seeking solutions can become a burden. I had a friend who frequently unloaded her work frustrations on me. At first, I listened and offered advice, but she dismissed every suggestion and continued to repeat the same complaints. Over time, her negativity drained me. When I finally set boundaries, she distanced herself. It was painful, but I realized I needed to protect my emotional health. Listening is an act of kindness, but if it becomes one-sided and unproductive, it's okay to step back. Support relationships that encourage growth, not stagnation. 7. Avoid those who break promises. A promise isn't just a commitment, it's a sign of respect and trust. When someone repeatedly breaks promises or forgets they ever made one, it's a clear signal they don't value your time or presence. I once waited over an hour for a friend who never showed up. Her excuse was a casual, "Oh, I forgot." It wasn't the first time, and I realized her actions spoke louder than her words. Healthy relationships require mutual respect. If someone can't honor their word, don't hesitate to distance yourself. 8. Avoid those stuck in repetitive worries. Some people bring up the same concerns repeatedly, but refuse to take action. While empathy is important, being stuck in cycles of negativity can drain both parties. A colleague of mine often complained about her job, but never took steps to improve her situation. Every conversation felt like déjà vu. I eventually told her, "If you want things to change, I'm here to help, but you need to take the first step." She didn't respond well, but I knew I had done the right thing by setting boundaries. True kindness lies in helping others grow, even if it requires difficult conversations. 9. Avoid excessive boasters. People who constantly talk about their past achievements often struggle with insecurity in their present lives. This behavior can make relationships feel superficial and one-sided. I once knew someone who would bring up his past accomplishments in every conversation, avoiding discussions about his current life. It became clear He was clinging to the past as his only source of self-worth. Real confidence comes from humility and focusing on the present. Surround yourself with people who value authenticity and mutual respect. Let your actions, not words, speak for your worth. Healthy relationships are built on trust, respect, and empathy. If a connection consistently drains your energy or self-worth, it's okay to walk away. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's an act of self-respect. If this resonates with you, comment peacefulness below and share your experiences. Let's continue growing and building relationships that truly enrich our lives.